What's up, guys? Welcome to today's vlog. It is 9:50 right now, and I have to do a couple things before I head to the game store. I need to go to the store and get some more distilled water for the disc resurfacing machine. Kevin came and used it all up, so I need to go get some more of that. I also need to stop at the bank so I can deposit some money and then head to the game store. And once I get there, I gave you a clip last night of a bunch of new games that I got in stock that came in the mail yesterday. So I'll go ahead and talk about those when I get to the store, but there is some awesome stuff in there. It's going to be amazing. All right, guys, so I just got to the store, so let me explain. GameStop was doing a buy two, get one free sale on retro games. With the addition of the Elite Pro membership where you get 20% off, it works out to be a pretty good deal. And so I was able to stock up on a bunch of stuff for the store like that. And I'm not making that much money on the games, but these are games that are either out of stock or they're games that I'm running very low on stock of. And I have people asking for a lot of this type of stuff every single day, and I can't sell it to them. So even if I'm only making $1 or $2 per game, it's honestly worth it to have this kind of stuff in stock. Also, this is the little wall scroll thing, the height chart basically for the front door, that came as well. But check this out. There are NES, Super Nintendo, 64, and some Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games, but all the Game Boy ones are Pokemon or Minish Cap, and I got extremely lucky. Every Pokemon game that I got from GameStop is legit, and I have ordered fewer Pokemon games from them before, and they have come as bootlegs. So I think I got extremely lucky. I didn't have a single game in here that was a bootleg, and also, if I can grab it, one of the Super Nintendo games actually came with a manual for Super Punch-Out, which was awesome. I've heard before that people have gotten complete in-box games, you know, retro stuff when they order from GameStop, and it's kind of just, it's just chance if you're going to get a cartridge only or a complete one or something, and, you know, usually you get cartridge only. So out of this entire box, that's the only one that had a manual, and nothing had a box, but still, I wasn't expecting to get any manuals, so to get an extra, you know, a Super Punch-Out manual for free, basically, was pretty cool. So that's going to be an extra couple bucks for the store. So I'm not going to go through every single game here, but I will lay some stuff out on the counters real quick because I need to take pictures for Instagram and Facebook. That's going to get people in here. So when I do that, I'll just do an overview shot and show you guys what I got. So here are the games. Most of them are double stacked because there's multiple copies. I got a few more Mario Karts off of eBay because that is the one game that everybody wants and I cannot keep it in stock. I got one copy of that traded in, and somebody messaged me within 2 minutes of posting the picture and had me put it on hold, and they came and got it. So here's everything. It's gonna go by kind of slow. You guys can, you know, you can pause the video if you want to check anything out. But this is all stuff that I really, really need. You know, I've got a bunch of Donkey Kong Countries and Super Mario Worlds and Mario 3s, but can't really have too much of that kind of stuff. So this is awesome stuff for the store. I've had multiple people ask about Killer Instinct, about F-Zero X, and about Pokemon Stadium 2, actually. So glad to have those in stock. Lots of good stuff here. I'm going to post these pictures on Instagram and Facebook, and hopefully we get a bunch of people in today. All right, guys, it's now 2:50. Time is going by pretty quickly. I only have about $100 in sales so far, which is kind of lame, but this guy just came in with his son. His son must have been, I don't know, 16, 17, something like that. And then his father was obviously older. So the guy told me that he met his son's wife in high school and then took him 21 years to track her down. So maybe he's a bit older. I'm not really sure. I didn't ask too many questions, but so he I guess he said he stepped back into his kid's life when his wife's new husband wasn't around or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's a shame that they weren't together more often because that dad and his son were exactly alike. They both came in here. They're both into retro games. They're both into current gen games. They play games together. They collect together. And it was really, really cool to see them walk around the store together and look at stuff. And, you know, every 5 minutes you'd hear, oh my God, look. And like one of them would call the other one over and they'd start freaking out about a game. And, you know, they didn't spend too much money, but they got a couple things, and it was really, really cool. And I hope that they decide to come back. I think they will, because they seem to love it here. And, yeah, it was just really, really cool to see them, you know, having, like, their personalities were identical, and they were into the same exact kind of stuff, which I thought was just really, really cool to see. So hopefully they come back, and hopefully, you know, I think obviously they enjoyed their time here, which is really, really cool. But it was just so funny. Like, they'd walk over, and the dad would be like, oh, the first Final Fantasy on NES. And the son would be like, oh my God. And they would start freaking out. It was really fun to have them in. They had, you know, very good energy between the two of them, and they just acted like best friends. It was really, really cool. So a while ago, I called Liberty Mutual to try and get insurance for the store here. And I was doing so many things that I talked to a guy, gave him all the info, and then he said, like, you'll get a call back tomorrow or an email or something. And I ended up never getting that call or email. And because I was doing so many other things, I completely forgot about it. And I thought that I had got it all taken care of. I thought that we had the insurance done. Turns out that we didn't. And I actually, you know, the property manager here asked if I had proof of insurance yet. And so I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it with Liberty Mutual. So I was looking through my emails and everything, and I couldn't find anything. So I called them back. They're like, well, we decided to not accept your policy. And the reason was because I sell primarily pre-owned goods here. And insurance companies don't really like that. So I asked Kelsey from Pink Gorilla which insurance place they go with, because I needed to get something figured out and needed to get it done soon. So she told me, I called them, they're all good, we're good to go, insurance is set up, and I paid for the full year in advance instead of doing monthly payments, because it's a little bit cheaper for me in the end if I just pay the full year up front. So did that, and the insurance place, they actually have the same landlord and property manager as I do here. So they actually know the lady, her name's Nicole, so they're just going to forward her all the info about proof of insurance and all that, so I'm all good to go. And it was a little nerve-wracking, but it's finally taken care of, and that is the last thing that really needed to be done for us to be here. I opened up anyway, but whatever. So it's all good. We're all set. I've had a few more people come in today. One guy did a little trade-in, so I figured I'd show you guys that right here. Another guy came in and he bought some PS4 games and a Tupac CD. So I'm gonna flip the camera around now and show you guys what was just traded in. So this is the trade here. Got these Marvel vs. Capcom Pops. They're really, really cheap. Everything here is actually fairly cheap except for this Game Boy Advance Game Shark. That was the majority of what I paid out for here. This is going in my free bin. Couple games I have a bunch of copies of already. Some alright N64 games. Game Boy stuff here, and then some what I would call filler original Xbox titles. But this thing by itself is worth about 80 to 100 bucks, so that will more than pay for, you know, everything here. I paid 60 for this entire bundle, and that was in store credit. That was paying 40 bucks for this and the 20 bucks for everything else, basically. So yeah, not too bad. The Turok 1 and 007 are about $7.99, maybe $9.99 each, which is what I'd sell them for. So not amazing stuff, but you know, this thing is pretty cool, and that honestly is probably something I'll just throw on eBay to get a quick sale and make the money back from this purchase. But still pretty cool that people are continuing to bring stuff in for trade. I just hope that people start bringing in some more, you know, stuff like this. I also got all these games into the inventory system and got them all on the shelves, so it looks a lot better. Let me go over here and show you guys the N64 side, because it was getting pretty empty, and now it just looks great. So we got all these back in stock, multiple copies of most of them, as you can see. And I have more than this. I have some other back stock that's behind the counter still. but got this whole side as well. It's looking really, really good. I got a couple extra Mario 64s, couple extra Mario Karts. So yeah, I'm really liking how it's coming out. Hopefully people start coming in, you know, wanting to pick up some of this stuff, because I posted the pictures earlier and a lot of people liked them and I got a few comments and everything. So hopefully people just start coming in and asking about some of those games. But yep, that's it for now. I'll let you guys know if anything else happens. Hey guys, I was actually super busy here for a while. It's now 6:41 and had quite a few people in the store, which was really, really cool. This guy came in who's been in before, and him and another guy who was actually in here earlier today, they have a podcast together called the Gamers Talk Podcast, I believe is what it's called. They have done 2 seasons so far. They're about to start season 3 next month. They've been audio only up until this point, but for season 3, they're going to be going and doing video as well. So he came in to ask if I might be interested in being the Double Jump Video Games being the official sponsor of their podcast, and I was just curious to see if any of you guys have ever heard of them before. He said that usually when they post their episodes on Apple, the Apple podcast charts or whatever it is, he said they're usually about number 15 to 20 for video game related podcasts. So that makes it sound like they are at least somewhat known. So I wanted to just ask if you guys have ever heard of them. Their Facebook is the Gamers Talk Podcast, and I think I still have it pulled up here. Yeah, so it's the Gamers Talk Podcast. They have 4,500 followers on their Facebook. So it kind of seems like they might have somewhat of a following, and I'm definitely interested in doing this. And, you know, I think it would be good publicity for the store, and both the guys that run it are collectors, and they just want to do it in exchange for store credit, basically, or just a discount. He suggested 10% off, which I'd give them more than that. But, I just wanted to see if any of you guys have ever heard of them before, if you've ever listened to their podcast, or just what you think about it in general. I asked him how many views they get per episode average, and he said that that'd be a question for the other guy. He said he didn't really know, so I'm sure I'll get that info at some point, but that, of course, is going to be a deciding factor. But they're both really, really nice guys. They've both been in multiple times now. They both love the store, and I guess they were talking with each other, and they were like, it'd be cool if we could get Cooper involved in some way, and sponsoring the podcast would be one way to do that. So I thought it was pretty cool, and he said he would direct people to our Facebook and Instagram, which, I do make sales through there every once in a while, so that'd be kind of cool. Just want to know if any of you guys have heard of them. It's the Gamers Talk Podcast. Looks like they had a big booth, not a big booth, but they had a booth at PRGE. Their cover photo for their Facebook is a photo of that. They had a big banner and everything, so it doesn't seem like it's just some small time kind of thing. It looks like they're serious about this, and they've got quite a few followers on there. So just let me know if you've ever heard of the Gamers Talk Podcast, if you listen to them, or just what you think in general about the idea. Alright guys, it's getting close. Of course, the freaking Pink Panther pinball machine goes off right when I start recording. It is 8:23 p.m., so I got half an hour left here, and I got one more small trade in here. But we got Sims 3, Star Trek Encounters, Star Wars Starfighter, and Lego Batman for the Wii. Nothing super special here, but the Sims 3 is a $13 game or so. I'm pretty sure I've shown everything else. We got the big Jurassic World Tyrannosaurus Rex. Did I show this? I don't remember. This is factory sealed. Along with that, I got these Underworld figures. This is a complete set. I think that I showed these, but I'm not sure, so here it is again. I'm not going to show every single figure, but it's a complete set. So those are pretty cool. That's pretty much it for the trades. I know I've definitely shown this stuff, so yeah. I listened to Little Nemo today, probably 3 times, and I also listened to The Nightmare Before Christmas 3 or 4 times. I I changed a bunch of Pokemon batteries from all the games that I brought in this morning. Got them all done. What else? I listen to this thing every single day. Probably 4 or 5 times a day I listen to that. Yeah, that's pretty much it right now. I'm trying to work on a little bit more of this inventory. I just finished up those Pokemon games, so I got them bagged and got their price tags on them. And so now I'm going to work on this stuff here, including the Tyrannosaurus Rex and these Underworld figures. I think these Underworld figures will probably go on eBay as a full set because, like, this one, for example, can sell for up to $100. But this one is like 10 or 15 bucks. And they're all like that. Some of them are super cheap, some of them are super expensive. So I think just doing it as a full set will be pretty good. Because I don't... Like, no one's going to come into the store and pay $100 for this figure. You know? It's just not going to happen. I wouldn't expect someone to come in and pay $50 for that figure, or even $30. So I think eBay's going to be the best bet for those. But this thing's really cool. I definitely do not want to ship this. So I'm going to price this at, you know, a pretty reasonable, a good price, basically cheaper than eBay and Amazon, and hopefully someone will grab that. But today's been a really good day. I hit my sales goal quite a while ago, so that's good. And I'm just gonna continue working on this stuff for the next, you know, half an hour or so, and then head home. All right, guys, I am home now from the store. We did pretty good in sales today, better than the last 2 days, which is pretty good. Almost better than the last 2 days combined. But tomorrow is Friday. Friday is usually a busy day. Not only is it, what is it, like Labor Day weekend or Memorial something, some weekend thing. Abby just told me, wasn't aware until she said it. But not only is that this weekend, but tomorrow is also payday for a lot of people, and it's Friday, which is the day that most people get off work and they start their weekend. So I think tomorrow is going to be pretty busy, and I'm excited for that. Hopefully we make some really good sales and maybe get some more cool stuff traded in. So yeah, today was a good day. The Tyrannosaurus Rex and those Underworld figures are pretty cool. I posted a picture of those. That was the last picture that I posted from the store today. I always post on Instagram and Facebook whenever I get new stuff in. So I posted that, and I actually had a lady comment asking about the Underworld figures, which I was a little surprised about because I was actually just planning on posting them on eBay because I didn't think that they would sell in store. But I told her, you know, I told her that I wanted to sell them as a full set, and gave her a price and everything, and she was like, yeah, I'll have to come in and take a look at them. So I guess we'll see what happens there. That'd be really cool if I could sell those in store. You know, I don't like shipping things when they're so big. I like shipping when I can just put something in a bubble mailer, slap a label on it, and it's good to go. So that'd be awesome if I could sell those in store. That'd be really, really cool. But that's probably going to do it for today. I got to get to editing so I can get to bed. I need my energy for tomorrow. It's going to be a busy day. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's vlog. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, and of course subscribe. I'll see you guys again tomorrow.